am because I am says I am. In the valley of shadows I'll stand. Fearless I walk through the night, with faith as my guiding light. I am because I am says I am. In His presence I take my stand. Thou prepares a table before me, even in the presence of my enemy. Anointed with oil, my head held high.
Hello, 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 everyone. All right, let me pull my guests up so I can have a full screen. All right, welcome to Generational Turnaround Show, where we seek the truth and then we bring you the proof from the guests that I invite. They are professionals in their fields, so you don't have to worry about what they say. Look, they know what they're talking about. I'm gonna put it like that. Now, I want y'all, me and Suelo, we will be here on Sunday. If nobody else is here, we are here. I did have another guest. Unfortunately, she was not able to make it, but not to worry, she is going to be here. I'm not sure what day, but you are really going to be in for a treat when she comes. So, hey, Suelo.
Hey, Miss Judy, and everyone else. Hope everybody's doing well today on this wonderful, beautiful, and it's warm here in Texas this Sunday
Yes,
evening. It's
that's
real
where I
warm.
am too. It
It
is
was
warm here in Texas, and I'm
it,
not complaining.
no, I was out.
Mm-mm.
I was like, okay, just let me get out and let me enjoy some of this. It was like 82 degrees here today.
Wow, isn't that strange?
Yes.
Wow. And it's not even, I mean, it's February. We're supposed to be cold in February, but yeah, I know.
Because this is the week of my birthday. And
I know.
usually, right, and usually the week of my birthday, it's raining or snowing or something, but the weather is usually ugly. So for me to be able to step out and enjoy this, my birthday week, I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah. And we're gonna get together. It's Friday. I'm gonna be in Dallas, and you're gonna be in Dallas, and we're
Yes.
gonna be at our good friend Jolienne's brunch. And we're gonna be my books. I'm going to have my new book there, and she's going to be there with her new book. And what about you, Suelo?
Well, let's see.
Hmm.
I have this new thing that I have that I'm doing now.
Okay.
Everyone is doing, clothing and, something like that. I'm not a follower. So, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, um, I'm doing puzzles. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do puzzles. And mainly because I promote self-care awareness.
Right.
And if you have some type of disability to where you
Right.
can't get up and get out, then you have
Right.
a puzzle to keep your mind going. And I'm gonna put positive affirmations on them. So that's what I'm
Oh,
that's what I'm doing.
oh, all right. And look, I forgot to tell everybody today is about disability unplugged. So we're going to unplug some of the disabilities that people believe in, and we're going to show, well, we're already showing that what people believe about those with disabilities, they're going to find out that they are not disabled. We are not disabled. We are well able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that's expected of us. And of course, that's because we are favored. Yeah. And if you just think about some of the things that you've been through, some of the near misses that you've been through, and you're going to say your favorite too. Right now, you might be thinking, oh God, everything's happening to me. Every day something happens to me and I can't get whatever it is that I'm supposed to have. Well, think about that again. Think about when you woke up this morning, the opportunities were there for you this morning. And it's still there. Me and Suelo, we both have had mishaps, disabilities, as they say. And for me, it was a massive stroke, 2 craniotomies, and I woke up from a coma. Now, this is not all at the same time, different occasions. But God said He's not through with us yet. What about you, Suelo? Let's tell so people can understand the reason why we're talking about disability unplugged.
Well, I mean, because first off, a lot of people, they don't understand that when you were a able body in the beginning and then you became disabled, that that could very much well mess with the person's mental. And
Yes.
you know, and it's a struggle to understand what's happening. It's like, okay, you know, I used to do this, and if we can remember, because some people can't even remember, you know,
Mm-hmm.
how they used to be. But for you know, I was blessed. I can remember, you know, the life that I had before, but I kept trying to do things, and I was like, you know, and I kept hurting myself. But understanding and trying to get people to understand, you know what, I'm still here, I'm still alive. I cannot do the same things that I used to do, but just, you know, don't count me out like that, you know. And some people, and it's like, so because you become disabled, now you are a liability as well. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
so I don't
And,
want
and
that to
you know, maybe we're not supposed to go back to doing the things that we used to do because God had something bigger and greater in mind. And I'm speaking for myself. And so what happened in your life that changed so drastically?
what changed? 2 car accidents back to back, and which those 2 car accidents made me understand that when I had my surgery from my stage 4 endometriosis, because my uterus was stuck to my back, and then I had breast cancer also. But when I had those 2 car accidents, it made me understand how damaged my back was, because they're looking at me, they're like, well, how did your back get so bad? What happened to you? What I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, because of course, after my hysterectomy, they're not going to tell me that they damaged me.
Now, see that part right there? You see the car accidents, which were bad, I know. But if not for the car accidents, you wouldn't have known about what was going on in your womb, your back, right?
Yes, ma'am. And I was working 2 jobs.
See, but that's what God does. God will take what seems like it's a terrible thing, and why did you have to go through that? But He used that to bring attention to the worst that was happening to you. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Because if I would have kept working the way that I was, Because I worked at FedEx Logistics Center, and I was a trainer in 4 different departments. So, and sometimes I did split shifts, and a lot of times we worked 6 days. It was like 6 days and sometimes 7. But then I would leave that job and then go to my part-time job. So basically I was like in management at FedEx, and then I would go to the Family Dollar and unload trucks and stock the store the whole time I was there. So the whole time I'm putting all of this pressure on my body, not understanding what I'm actually doing. So yeah, if I would have kept doing that, then I would have most likely ended up paralyzing myself, because when my doctor took me off of work, she says, "No, you're not going back." She says, "There's no way I'm going to ever let you go back, because you just need to enjoy the rest of your life." She says, and she told me, she says, "I don't know what happened, and I don't know how your back got this bad." She says, "But no." She says, "Just enjoy it."
But I keep going back to, yeah, you are enjoying it now, but if not for God,
It
personally,
almost drove me crazy at first.
yeah, I'm sure it did. Mine too. I know exactly what you're talking about. And especially not able to do the, not being independent as we always have been before. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But see,
But
everybody left me. Everybody left. They left once I became disabled, and once I wasn't able, once I couldn't give or do, they forgot I even existed.
why does that happen?
Because they didn't like me in the beginning.
Oh, oh, oh. Elaborate, elaborate
They didn't
on
like me in
that.
the beginning. They just wanted what they did. They knew that I was okay, yes, I'm gonna do it. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? This is my family, because the program that was instilled in me, take care of your family. Family comes first. But a lot of the pain and aches and ailments and all that stuff that my body contracted, it was from my family. It was from me holding on and carrying all of their life, all of their lively duties.
So
They was
it wasn't physical, wasn't all physical.
no, it wasn't all physical. It was not all physical, because now I had, had 2 kids, kind of like at the same time for a minute at the age of 13, raising them. And I do not have any biological kids, but I am a village parent. So helping those kids, and going, and I am going to say what I'm about to say, but going against the parents when they are wrong, because somebody has to stand up. So going against the parents when they are wrong, that puts a lot on a person's body. So my body was real in shock with tension and stress.
Mm-hmm. So you say you had to go against the parents because they were wrong for the children. You had to go against the parents for the children.
Yes.
And what type of parents were these? I mean, can you?
I mean, all types of parents, there were some things, like if I saw something wrong, I'm that voice. I'm the voice, because the kids can't say anything, or even if the kids try to say something, those parents, they'll be like, "Well, you know what? I'm the parent. You don't talk back." And I'll be like, "Well, now wait a minute. Now you're wrong. You're wrong." Kids, they do, have an opinion. They have feelings, and sometimes I've made quite a few enemies by doing stuff like that.
I'm sure.
But they'll always come back and say, "You know what? I'm sorry. I do apologize." Most likely they will come back and apologize, because they'll see in the long run what I was saying to them was only trying to help them have a relationship with their child.
Yeah.
you don't have to be demanding. You know, ask your child, you know, do you like this? Don't make this child like everything you like and dislike everything you dislike. So, but you know, I think too, that's why God made me disabled, because once I lost my mother, I knew that my backbone was no more. So I went full force into working 2 jobs. I mean, it just leave one, go to another, and you know, I only had like one day off. So
And was that from the pain of losing your mom that made you do that? Oh,
no, because I've done that in the past.
okay. So why? Why? Why did you do? Did you?
Because I like living the life that I live.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
I
okay.
like
I think
being able to leave the country when I want to. I like being able to go shopping, go buy what I want to when I want to,
you
and
too.
still help other people at the same time.
Well, you know what? Sorry, I was okay, okay. Look now. So let's jump back to now. What is it about your life that's so different that you are not able to do working 1 and 2 jobs? You can't do that anymore. Am I
No, I
right?
can't work one. I can't even work part-time now. You know,
Why?
because I don't know when. First off, I don't know when my body's going to be able to get up and move. I don't know from day to day.
Mm,
Um, I might be able to get up like today. I was up today. But prior to today, I think the last time I was up and out moving around, I think was Monday. No, Tuesday. And the reason why, because Tuesday I took the road trip. And once I took that road trip, it was a long road trip, but I did a round trip. And so since I did that round trip on Tuesday, today is my first time getting out since then, because and don't get me wrong, it was still painful. It was still very, very painful, but not as painful as Wednesday, because Wednesday I couldn't get out of the bed at all on Wednesday.
what I'm trying to get to,
Nerve damage. I have nerve damage.
me too. Me too. I know exactly what you're going through. But you are a podcaster, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also have a room in Clubhouse where you talk about the self-care, self-love. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so going back to before anything happened to you as far as that made you disabled, did you have that on your mind to be a
Um,
podcaster or to be
Honestly, that was something that I've always wanted to do.
okay?
But this is the thing. My family told me that nobody would ever listen to me. My family told me nobody wanted to hear anything that was coming out of my mouth. My family instilled the negative words. That's why I love your book, Healing Words,
Yeah.
because I was one of those kids that was verbally abused, emotionally and verbally. Well, no, emotionally neglected as well. So yeah, that was so yeah. It was hard though.
Well, everybody that's listening, this show is Disability Unplugged. And we're unplugging some of the myth that's said about people who are disabled. And so we're having a conversation, and what I'm getting to is, yes, we are going through what it would be considered disabled, and we have nerve damage, we have paralysis, we have um, cancer. That you had cancer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Herniated disc in my back, all that stuff.
so, but yet we are right here talking to you because we I work with others with disability, and I have a business called Activate Your Faith Publishing. Publishing, because that is something that I've wanted to do since I was a child. And I did. I was a storyteller, and I would write the story before I went to school, and then there would be my friends and my classmates waiting to hear the next chapter. Uh, and so it's 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 funny that God will reveal to you what your purpose is as a child. And there are some children who lives out their purpose as early as 6 or 5. And then there's some like myself who see the vision, but goes through life ups and downs and pay no more attention to it. But God brings it full circle. I've been through the stroke, the all that, and look where I am right now. I'm a uh, an author and a publisher with for the disabled. So never, never, never say it's too late. You can never say I'm too old, or I'm you know, I can't do it now because I have too many disabilities. Yes, the right side, my right side, hands, arm, I can't use, and I used to be right-handed. But guess what? God made it possible that I do everything with my left hand that I was doing with my right hand. So it's nothing. That's what we want people to know, that in this world, everything is mapped out. God, everything He already put into motion, and you can't lose it. You can give it away, but you never lose it. So as a fellow disabled, I want you to give your give what you want people to know about disabilities.
Um, mm, Disability is a what do I want to say? It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing, even though I didn't understand it at first. Because as you were saying, the things that I wanted to do a long time ago as a child, my family snatched it from me and they told me that I could not do it because of the man that I came from. You're just like your daddy, he's, ignorant, whatever, you're going to be just like him. So I felt like I had to go down that same path. But God was telling me once he set me down, once he was like, I'm gonna sit you down right here. I'm gonna sit you down in this little whatever I had to go through, my trials and tribulations.
Yes.
I had to learn about whose I was. And then I had to go back to where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. Because the whole time that I was sitting down, not able to do anything, I was constantly taking pictures. Constantly taking pictures. Every time I would go to the lake or something, I'm taking pictures. Well, see, that's part of my vision. I want to use my pictures of the scenery, landscape, whatever I'm taking pictures of, and I want to put positive affirmations on them. And like I said, mainly for children and the elderly people, like in nursing homes and stuff like that. If people in between want them, whatever, okay, fine. But that's what I want to do. And when God placed me in those environments of, now listen to what I'm about to say, when all the negativity was going all around me, and I was like, oh Lord, I promise you, when you get me out of this, I promise you, I will not look back. I do not want to be around these people. I want to go and get my own. I want to move forward. Just let me. And I was like, okay, all right. So when all of the negative stuff was going on, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do as soon as I get out of this, and I'm not going to look back. So everything is a setup. It's a setup.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on how you look at it. You can take that negative situation and you can make it into 20, 30, 40 different positive situations. And the best one is you can come out of it 30 times better, 3,000 times better, 300,000 times better, however many times better you want to come out of it. It's up to you. It's a choice. You don't have to sit there and be stagnant and wallow in pity and grief. God puts all of us through all of this for our process. Our process is to strengthen us. Our process is to build us. Our process is to show us who we are, because I'm thinking I'm just going, start the podcast. But now here I am doing the puzzles. Yeah, there's other things I have my hands in, but I'm just not saying anything about that just yet. We're gonna keep that at a minimum.
Well, it used to be said that there were only certain things that the disabled was going to be able to do. We work at what are these stores um, that disables are usually
Walmart. You can sit at
working.
Walmart. I can.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a store that they redo stuff that's,
Goodwill.
yeah. Those kind of. But now, okay, so much into what do you call it? Innovations where we can do all kind of things. Touch screen technology, voice recognition, the closed captioning, speech to text. Oh my God. Bionic limbs, uh, game control, all this I looked up in innovations, and that's now we can be paid for our minds. We can be paid for, and when I say paid, I mean not a disabled pay. I mean paid up there with everybody else. Because there's one time when we weren't. We were paid way less than what's considered the normal person, but not anymore. We got our content that we can be paid for our content, and we can also bring the disabled community to watch each other, and therefore we can make a community of not disabled but well able people that we are. We are a community. And so We don't have much time, but I just want to end this with, I want Suelo mention this book, my new book, Healing Words, Speaking Life into the Generation. And this book is for anyone who needs, tired of being mistreated, misdiagnosed, miss anything, that want to be treated like a child of God, favored, and want to come from the background to the forefront. We're coming from the background to the forefront in droves. So y'all, if you check out a disabled person and see what they can do for your business. Maybe you haven't thought about it because, well, this maybe might be too much for them. Believers, it's not too much for us. God has given us an ample amount of anything that we need in our arsenal. So this is Healing Words, Speaking Life into the Generations. And it's a parent guide. It's for you to read and then spend some time with your child reading this book together. And then you're talking about a whole new generation of family. We need to change. We need to bridge the gap between parents and children. Bridge that gap, and we need to start the generational turnaround, one family at a time. And you can get this book at generationalturnaround.com. And I promise you, I will autograph it because it's coming from my house, not Amazon. But if you prefer, you can go to Amazon. But I prefer you get it from me. Okay. Suelo, what's the final words that you'd like to add?
Oh, final words. You were talking about healing words. Understand that when we turn the TV on and we keep seeing these school shootings, these mass shootings, there's most likely lack of healing words. There's lack of love. There's lack of attention. I don't care, disability, well, able body. Love is love. Love is love. Time is time. And it doesn't take that much time just to check on someone, and it doesn't take that much time to spend more time with your children as well. You know, if we nip this in the bud at an early age with the kids, because a lot of my trauma came from my family's mess. That's where a lot of my stress came from in my body, and it wore my body down. Kids don't need that. Kids don't need to take on the family stress. Let these kids be kids so they don't have to go around thinking that there's something wrong with them mentally, thinking that, you know, they really have all of these ailments in their body when it's family stress. It's a generational curse. And again, so Miss Judy, healing words, generational turnaround, you're doing everything, both things, the two major things that could stop a lot of ailments. And one of the main things is cancer. Cancer is the main thing that we African Americans, Black people, whatever you want to call us, you know, we get that because we have to carry the family.
Mhm.
Aneurysms, strokes, heart attacks, cancer. That's us. Take your life back. It's okay to say no. We don't have to be the yes man all the time. There's no
Yes.
sense of all of taking our body down and becoming disabled because we're trying to play God. Somebody told me, stop saying people are trying to play God. Every time we step in to help someone, instead of them going to God and instead of us praying, God, do you want me to really help them? We're trying to play God. Everyone needs their own relationship with God, spiritual relationship. We got to stop trying to be religious or religion because that causes hate. So love everybody. And with that, that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you, Suelo. I pray that today was better than yesterday, but not as good as tomorrow. I pray that tomorrow will bring forth a double portion of blessing in the form of opportunity that you never saw coming. Thank you. Thank you. And we will be back Thursday and Friday, same time, 7 o'clock Central. Thank you all for supporting us. Please subscribe, like, so that we can continue to keep coming. Because we know that generational turnaround is for real, y'all. We got to turn this around. We've already started 2025. Y'all know what's been going on. We've got to turn this around. And like Suelo say, the first thing, recognize that God is the principle of all. And without him, we're going to be running round and round and round in circles. So, all right. Good night. Good night. Good night, Swillow.
Good night. Good night. Y'all have a blessed weekend, the rest of the weekend.
Yes. Hold on, Swillow, while I